In Atlanta, where luxury often announces itself, some addresses do the opposite. Behind clean lines and controlled space, Marlo Hampton lives a version of success designed for privacy, not applause. This estate reads like a strategy: measured square footage, intentional layout, and comfort that signals ownership rather than excess. Today, we explore the home, assets, and lifestyle that define Marlo's quiet power. But to understand how this independence was built, we first need to trace the career decisions that made it possible. Born on February 7, 1976 in St. Petersburg, Florida, Marlo Hampton didn't grow up with safety nets or soft landings. Much of her childhood was spent in foster care, a result of her mother's struggles with drug addiction and abuse. Instability became normal early on: new homes, new rules, new realities. Those years didn't just shape her resilience, they sharpened it. Later in life, that experience would quietly inform her commitment to supporting foster youth. Education became her first form of control. Marlo attended the University of South Florida, earning a Bachelor of Arts degree in social work and interdisciplinary science in 2003. The choice of study wasn't accidental. It reflected a mind attuned to systems, behavior, and survival, how people fall through cracks and how structure can pull them back. But Atlanta would be where theory met reinvention. Around 2008, Marlo moved to Atlanta with intention. No legacy backing, no guaranteed platform, just a plan. She repositioned herself as a stylist and opened the Red Carpet Boutique, a high-end fashion destination catering to Atlanta's elite. It was a strategic entry point into rooms where access matters. Styling wasn't just fashion, it was networking, discretion, and trust. Over time, she built a reputation as a tastemaker, someone who understood luxury without needing to announce it. Her public profile expanded with Bravo's The Real Housewives of Atlanta. Introduced in Season 4, 2011, as a friend of the housewives, Marlo stood out not by marriage or inheritance, but by presence, fashion fluency, blunt honesty, and a refusal to perform dependency. She returned in various capacities across Seasons 6 and 8, then re-established herself as a recurring figure from Seasons 10 through 13. In Seasons 14 and 15, she was promoted to full-time housewife, peach in hand, cementing a decade-long arc that few achieve. Across 97 episodes, Marlo's storyline evolved beyond glam. She shared her past, her philanthropy, and the pivotal decision to take custody of her grandsons, turning responsibility into purpose. Before Season 16, she stepped away, choosing focus over exposure, and citing a desire to highlight a multifaceted life that includes fashion, philanthropy, and privacy. Along the way, she appeared on projects like Exhale, Love and Hip Hop, New York, Watch What Happens Live, Sister Circle Live, Games People Play, Boss Moves with Rashida and Caught in the Act, Unfaithful, media touchpoints that kept her visible without overexposure. This is the through line. Marlo Hampton didn't escape her past, she engineered around it. Fashion taught her access. Television taught her leverage. And all of it leads to one place: an Atlanta estate that reflects control earned, not borrowed. Next, we step inside the home that quietly mirrors that self-made mindset. Atlanta Estate. The Hamptons in the city. Marlo Hampton doesn't call her Atlanta residence a mansion. She calls it the Hamptons. And that choice of name is deliberate, not because of size, but because of restraint. This rare corner townhouse is luxury edited down to intention, the kind of home that feels expensive without ever feeling loud. The moment you enter, the tone is set by light. An open-plan layout pulls daylight across hardwood floors on the ground level, giving the space a calm, coastal ease that feels borrowed from New York's summer enclaves without leaving Atlanta. To the left, the living room anchors the home, spacious, composed, and quietly confident. A gas fireplace adds warmth without drama, while built-in bookshelves frame the room with a sense of permanence. This is a space for evenings that stretch, not scenes that rush. The living area flows seamlessly into a wood-paneled dining room where texture replaces excess. It's intimate without being small, formal without being stiff, designed for real dinners, not performative hosting. From there, the kitchen opens up, and it's immediately clear this is a working luxury kitchen. Maple wood cabinets, a gas stove, generous counter space, a breakfast bar, and a full pantry speak to function first. The kitchen spills into the breakfast room and sunroom, creating an airy, layered space that invites movement. Morning light pours in. Afternoons slow down. Open the doors and step onto the patio, where the view looks out over the butterfly garden. A soft, green contrast that reinforces why Marlo chose a townhouse over a compound. There's also a discreet restroom on the main level, a small but telling detail that confirms this home was designed by someone who thinks about flow. Upstairs, the primary suite shifts the mood from social to sanctuary. The stepped ceiling adds dimension without height theatrics, while a small sitting area creates separation between rest and retreat. The double-burner fireplace, shared between bedroom and bath, feels indulgent in the right way, warming both spaces with subtle luxury. The spa bathroom is generous and grounded. Dual sinks, a soaking tub, a separate shower, and a large walk-in closet that reflects Marlo's fashion life without overwhelming the room. This level also includes a guest bedroom with its own stepped ceiling, a walk-in closet, and a full bathroom, comfort for visitors without intrusion. A dedicated laundry room completes the floor, reinforcing the idea that convenience is the highest form of luxury. Downstairs, the basement adds versatility. A guest bedroom with a full bathroom offers true separation, ideal for extended stays. The two-car garage sits quietly beneath the home, and a covered patio extends the living space outdoors, sheltered and private. And when a house is this intentional, it raises the next question naturally. How does Marlo move through the world beyond these walls? Next, we take a look at the cars that match her quiet, boss-level independence. Cars. For Marlo Hampton, cars aren't about drawing a crowd. They're about controlling the room before you enter it. The Aston Martin Rapide S was her first car, and it set the tone early. Sculpted like it's in motion even when parked, the Rapide S carries a naturally aspirated V12 that delivers a smooth, rising surge rather than a shout, over 550 horsepower released with composure. The four-door Grand Tourer silhouette is the point, elegance with access. For Marlo, it marked arrival without announcement, taste before trophies. Then comes the Mercedes AMG G-Class, V8 bi-turbo, the opposite shape, the same philosophy, upright, armored, unmistakable. This is authority on four wheels. The hand-built AMG V8 delivers brute torque with discipline, launching the boxy icon forward with surprising urgency while the cabin remains insulated and calm. Its high seating, wide shoulders, and an engine that rumbles low like a warning you never have to repeat. In Atlanta, traffic or late-night returns, the G-Class is security and stature combined, presence without vulnerability. And finally, the Rolls-Royce Dawn, the Exhale. A convertible that glides rather than drives, powered by a V12 so quiet it erases distance. The Dawn's long hood and rear-hinged doors frame entrances like ceremonies. The interior feels closer to a private lounge than a cockpit. Roof down, the wind is managed, not invited. Roof up, the world disappears. This isn't speed as spectacle, it's movement as calm. And when mobility looks this deliberate, the next question is inevitable. How is that discretion financed and sustained? Income and net worth. For Marlo Hampton, money has never been about headlines. It's about leverage. Her net worth is most reliably estimated at just under $1 million, a figure that may look modest by reality TV standards, but tells a more disciplined story beneath the surface. Television remains one pillar, not the foundation. Over more than a decade on The Real Housewives of Atlanta, Marlo earned income in cycles, sometimes as a friend of the show, sometimes as a full-time housewife. Reported pay varied by season, ranging from under $100,000 for limited appearances to $75,000 to $300,000 per season in stronger years, including estimates around $275,000 to $300,000 during seasons 11 and 12. It was never guaranteed money, and Marlo treated it that way: useful, negotiable, and never relied upon alone. Additional appearances on projects like I Dream of Nene added visibility, not dependency. Where control truly shows is fashion and entrepreneurship. Marlo owns the Red Carpet Boutique, a high-end styling business that predates many of her television milestones. Beyond brick and mortar, she monetizes taste, style consulting, pop-up events, and direct-to-consumer sales. Her product ecosystem includes HER, hair collection, wigs, Ari and Emma, accessories and home decor, and L'Archive LLC, a curated vintage and secondhand platform that aligns with sustainability and discretion. Merchandise, from branded tees to Marlomoji items, adds incremental income, amplified through social media and appearances. In an economy that rewards noise, Marlo Hampton chose control. And when money is handled this intentionally, it tends to find a higher purpose. Philanthropy. For Marlo Hampton, philanthropy isn't a side note, it's a through line. Long before cameras followed her home tours, she built a giving model rooted in dignity, not optics. The heart of that work is Glam It Up Incorporated, a 501c3 nonprofit she founded in 2011 to support teenage girls, typically ages 13 to 17, navigating the foster care system. Glam It Up is deliberately hands-on. Through one-day workshops and annual events like Lessons, Laughter, and Love, the organization pairs practical support with emotional reinforcement, makeup and spa experiences to restore confidence, life skills training to build independence, entrepreneurship guidance to spark agency, and educational resources to widen opportunity. Crucially, Marlo insists on new items only, no hand-me-downs, because the message matters as much as the materials. These girls aren't recipients of leftovers, they're being invested in. Partnerships with advocacy groups such as the National Youth Advocacy Program extend the reach, while consistent adult mentorship builds continuity beyond a single day. The goal is simple and demanding. Help young women imagine futures larger than their circumstances and surround them with adults who show up. Alongside Glam It Up, Marlo runs Simply Giving, an initiative launched the same year to meet immediate needs during the holidays. At Easter, Thanksgiving, and Christmas, Simply Giving delivers meals and essential supplies to families facing hardship. It's seasonal by design because stress peaks when expectations do, and relief, when timely, can be transformative. Importantly, Marlo ties commerce to care. A portion of revenue from her online store supports both Glam It Up and Simply Giving, creating a sustainable loop where style funds service. In 2022, she expanded the conversation with Foster Care Fridays, a public awareness initiative launched alongside Erica Thomas, elevating lived experiences and policy discussions around foster care. Recognition followed, not as a finish line, but as validation. Marlo has received the Fashion Philanthropy Award from the Vision Community Foundation and the Outstanding Georgia Citizen Award, acknowledging a model of giving that is consistent, personal, and impact-driven. The pattern is clear. Marlo gives the support she once needed: confidence, continuity, and respect. And behind that public work is a private life shaped by responsibility, boundaries, and choice. Personal life. She has never been married, and over the years she's approached relationships with the same principle that defines her lifestyle: autonomy first. Her past includes several notable chapters. Around 2011, Marlo was engaged to former NFL player Charles Grant, a relationship that ended before marriage. Earlier, during the late 2000s and early 2000s, she was involved in a long-term relationship with an unnamed billionaire. That partnership left a tangible imprint, the townhouse she famously calls the Hamptons, a gift that became less a symbol of romance and more a marker of stability on her own terms. Other relationships have surfaced publicly at different moments, including with Roy Shlomo, rapper Jazzy Fa, and most recently Scott Lee, discussed on RHOA as a casual or brief connection. None of these defined her trajectory. They intersected with it. What did redefine her life arrived without ceremony. Around 2019, Marlo became the primary guardian of her two nephews, Michael, born around 2009, and William, born around 2011. She often calls herself their Muntie, blending mother and aunt into a role shaped by necessity and devotion. Gaining custody amid family difficulties, Marlo chose responsibility over convenience, restructuring her life around school schedules, stability, and emotional presence. That decision carried professional consequences and clarity. As the boys approached adolescence, Marlo stepped away from RHOA, describing the move as a new beginning. The exit wasn't an escape, it was a reallocation of attention. Education, routine, and home life took priority, alongside her ongoing fashion ventures and philanthropic work. Today, Marlo's life runs on a quieter rhythm, mornings anchored by family, days balanced between business and giving, and evenings that protect privacy. She remains active on social media, particularly Instagram, @Marlo Hampton, sharing style, everyday moments, and glimpses of family without turning any of it into spectacle. In a culture that often equates fulfillment with partnership, Marlo Hampton offers a different equation. Love is welcome, optional. Responsibility is not. And that choice, deliberate and lived, sets the stage for how her story closes. Thank you for spending this time with us and exploring a lifestyle built on intention rather than attention. If you enjoyed this deep dive, please like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. Would you trade the spotlight for peace? Until next time, stay curious and stay in control.